What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to defend against higher enemies in War Thunder. Now the trick is actually pretty simple, but a lot of people overlook it anyway, so it ends up making those people struggle a lot defensively in War Thunder, especially when defending against a higher opponent. But all you do is essentially combine a break turn with a lag displacement roll. A break turn is obviously just a turn into the attacker like you see in this diagram, and a lag displacement roll is otherwise known as a barrel roll attack, is what you see in this diagram. If you want some more in-depth knowledge on a barrel roll attack, you can see one of my previous maneuvers videos. One last thing I'd like to make note of is the barrel roll attack can be used offensively and defensively. It's used offensively in this diagram, but in this video I'm going to be using it defensively. Alright, so in this first video clip I start off in the Hawker Tempest with two BF-109s above me. I believe both of them are G10s. And you're going to see the first thing that I do is I turn into them. This is my break turn, and you'll notice that I point my lift vector towards them and not actually go for a head-on or something like that. So I don't point my nose directly at them, but after I do the break turn, just before the attack, I do a barrel roll to the outside of the direction in which I was just turning, and you'll notice I end up on the BF-109's 6. Now I missed my first attack, and this BF-109 probably should have just gone straight and then climbed back up because he had more energy than me initially. But instead he just goes into a tight turn, and actually a spiral turn, going downwards, so he's picking up speed, and BF-109s are not particularly known for their combat prowess at high speeds, but the Hawker Tempest is, so I just follow him. And then he tries to lose me in a loop here, but by that point he's lost too much energy already. He's already basically sealed his fate. So he has no other option left but to dive away. And of course the Hawker Tempest is not going to get outdove by a BF-109 G10. And I eventually shoot this guy down. But if you notice, this guy would have survived if he did exactly what his friend in the other BF-109 G10 did, which was go straight back up after the first shot attempt, because he would have had way too much energy for me to follow. I would have been on his 6, but not with enough energy to do anything about it. And in this next video clip, I'm in a Wildcat against two KI-61s that are both above me. So I'm screwed, right? Wrong. I just do the same exact thing that I did with the Tempest against the BF-109s. In this case, both KI-61s try to engage me, so both of them lose all of their excess energy and basically are instantly on the same energy level as me. And you can see that here as I'm managing to follow this guy that was initially above me in a vertical maneuver with a Wildcat. And I really did have a chance to kill him on that first shot, but of course I suck, so I was shooting behind him. And the one thing that the Wildcat really does have going for it is that it is extremely resilient. So the fact that both these guys engaged me meant that I wasn't going to get away without taking a few hits, but this thing can take a few hits, so it wasn't a problem. And I noticed that I lost the other KI-61 there, so I assumed those tracers flying past my plane was him, and I was correct. And from here, since they're both basically on the same energy level as me, I'm not really doing much defensive flying in the terms that I outlined at the beginning of the video. Right now I'm doing defensive flying in terms of flat scissors and rolling scissors. So these guys lost their energy advantage in the first basically 3 seconds of the fight, as I said. And at this point I'm basically trying to just cause as many overshoots as I can to get behind either of them. And at this point I'm pretty well behind this one, so if the other one doesn't get in the way again, I should have this KI-61, which I do. And at this point the other KI-61 is behind me again. And I turn into him and try to do the same flat scissors maneuver as I did against his friend. I roll around him. But this fight's been going on so long that I actually got a couple friends over here, and there's a US-0 that's on this KI-61's tail. I get a few more shots in on him, but I figure it'd be easier at this point just to lead the KI-61 away from the 0 and towards me so I can give the 0 a good and easy shot. And in case you don't know, this is called a drag and bag. You do not need friends playing this game to do this. You can just drag an enemy for your teammate. And while I drag this guy, I guess I can outline a little bit more of what you can do in terms of if an enemy is above you. Because these KI-61s and the BF-109s really didn't have a huge energy advantage over me to start with, but a lot of times the enemy does have a huge energy advantage over you. And what you're going to do is the same exact thing as I've outlined in this video, but you're just going to have to repeat the process likely more than one time, because it's going to take more than one attempt to get the enemy on the a close enough energy level to yours to be able to engage him after the barrel roll attack. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys can excuse my wobbly instructor flying and poor shooting, because this is one of the first times I've played the game since like around 6 months ago when I stopped playing. And I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something, and I'll see you again whenever I decide to upload a new video.